In this question, we're asked to take the infinite series described as this and essentially find the pattern. What is the formula that we would use if I were to write it in the succinct summation notation rather than this expanded form that we have here? Okay, so what goes in the box is the question. Well, here's what we'd like to think. We'd like to think that the exponents are odd. So if exponents are odd numbers are even numbers plus 1. So I could say x to the 2n, or since we're looking at k, 2k plus 1. That will make an odd number. Does it work with our index? If k is 0, I get 2 times 0 plus 1, which is 1. So the first one would actually be an x to the first. So that doesn't quite work. These will be odd, but since we need it to start at 3, we're going to shift it over 2 places and make it 2k plus 2. So it's still, 2k plus 3. That will still be odd because that's an even plus 3, which is still odd. Now when I plug k equals 0 in, I get 2 times 0 plus 3, so the very first is x cubed. If I plug k equal 1 in, I get 2 plus 3, which is 5, so that's all good. What's happening with my denominators? The denominators look like 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. So it's something squared. We have to be careful that it matches the k that we're given. I can't just say k squared because 0 squared is 0 and that doesn't work for what we want. So that's not quite right. What I do need to do is shift that over to k plus 1. Because now when I plug 0 in, I get 1 squared. When I plug 1 in, I'll get 2 squared, and so on and so on and so on. We need one other piece here. These are alternating, positive, negative, positive, negative. We know that to make alternating, we have a minus 1 to a power. We just want to make sure that it, again, matches what we see when the very first term should be positive. When I plug k equals 0 in, so if I just put k, negative 1 to the 0 does make a positive term, just like we want it. K equal 1 would be negative 1 to the 1, which is negative, so this is the appropriate way. If that didn't quite work, we could have made this k plus 1 just to shift our positives and negatives over one unit. But this is exactly what we want.